By attending this webinar, you agree to the privacy of Toastmasters International, as well as the unassociated remote hosting service. Some of your personal information, such as your name, image, and any shared messages may be shared with any other meeting participants and will be recorded by Toastmasters International, who may use in the recording future as it sees fit. Your remote attendance thereby discharges Toastmasters International from all claims, demands, rights, promises, damages, and liabilities arising out of or in connection with the use or distribution of said video recordings, including but not limited to any claims for invasion of privacy, appropriation of likeness, or defamation. Today, Ken will share with you on how to utilize Facebook and Instagram, to name a few, to reach out to potential members of your club, engage with leads through social media, and encourage guests to your meetings. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ken Ang.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you so much, everyone. So let me just share my screen quickly. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to this 1-hour brief training. So I'm going to talk about Facebook ads, as you can see in the posters. So these are my socials. If you want, first of all, am I clear and audible?
Yes.
All right, I see a lot of people nodding their heads, so I guess I'm audible. Good enough. Okay. So first of all, before I begin, I'd like to thank all of you for being here. It is after all a Saturday morning. You can be anywhere else, but you decided to be here to learn about LinkedIn and also a little bit about Facebook ads. And whatever I share today, I'll try my best to deliver. And I'll be sharing specifically on Facebook ads. Actually, I have a long list of what Robert wanted to know, but I'll try to distill it and put it as much as possible inside this 1-hour presentation. And if there's any question, you can ask me later. So this is some of the outline of this session. I'll talk about the benefits of using Facebook ads. I use this certain framework to run Facebook ads, how to write compelling ads, how to set up Facebook ads, optimization. I'll do a quick demo at the end, and also some follow-up and resources if you have for you to check in later. So I think Nico have already mentioned most of the things that I want to talk about myself. But just to add on, I've already spent close to $1 million. I think more than $1 million in Facebook ads. Wow. And I've been running it for many, many years. Basically, I look at it nearly every day. Facebook ads. Yeah. So it's a love-hate relationship I have with them. And as you can see, I've been doing this for a long time. So whatever that's shared in my presentation, it could be a bit technical. If you have any questions or if you feel like I speak too fast or whatsoever, yes, Ravi. As you can see, I can look in the chat. So just put in the chat so that I can reply if there's any questions. Especially, I believe that this presentation will be a bit more technical than what Bhavani has done just now. So just let me know if there's any questions. Okay. So let's begin straight away. Why Facebook? Okay. Why is it important? Why is it still relevant till now? No matter what people say, Facebook is still one of the top websites that people go to. And when I talk about Facebook, it includes Instagram because they are all in the same family. Okay, so Facebook and Instagram, they all belong to Meta. And they are, when you run ads, right, it is the same platform. When you run, for example, I'm going to show you how later where to run ads. So they are still the world's most used social media platform, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, all under this umbrella called Meta, with over 3 billion active users. That's for Facebook alone. And then I hear a lot of people saying, all right, people always ask me, how about TikTok? How about like Hongsu? Or whatever other things, right? So you keep hearing people say Facebook is for old people. Do you agree with it? Do you agree?
No.
But it's
maybe for the Gen X.
Gen X, no, yes. But when you also no. So when you look at doing it, right, the majority is still within 25. Yes, that's 3. Correct. It's still, majority is 25 to 34 years old. Still mostly this is millennials. All right. And we still have a lot of young people here as well. And as what Sri has mentioned, these are the people that can actually spend. They are willing to spend on certain things, product that you're selling and things like that. Now, this training is not just specifically about Toastmasters. If you want to use whatever you have here in your business also, it's possible. because yeah, usually I do this for quite a long, for a few days, but I try to cram it all within 1 hour. For Instagram, you can see the younger demographic is higher, and that is the reason why we implement both. When you want to do content, that's for organic. All right, we will implement on Instagram and also Facebook. It still work. And Facebook and Instagram are great, you know, they're all there. So we just do posting, and people will come in, right? Do you agree? Let me tell you one thing. There is a bad news. Okay, and you're not gonna like this. The reach rates for all these platforms, for Facebook, reach rate is only 5.9%. That means out of 100 people in your page, only 5 people can see it. For Instagram, it's 7.6. Instagram is slightly higher. So that's the reason why it is not that easy to just post and hope for people to see it anymore. Okay, you need to do a bit more things. I mean, Meta is still a profit company, for-profit company, so it won't be able to give you free stuff just like that. Okay, and also the engagement rate. So this engagement rate, this is the study done last year, and it is, as you can see, out of 100 people, 0.41, out of 1,000 people, only 4 people will give you some engagement, whether like, same like what Bhavani has mentioned just now. People will just scroll, right? They will just read, but they don't give you any engagement. Same goes to Facebook. Okay, you can see that if you have less than 10,000, 0.41, and the more, yeah, this is a bit contradicting to what many has believed. If you have more followers, more likes, that means you have more engagement. No, in fact, you have less. So when you have more followers, Facebook expect you to pay money to get all this engagement. And that's the reason why when you have less, there's more engagement. When you have more people in your Facebook page, you have less engagement. But I don't think a lot of us actually reach 10,000 for Toastmasters yet. Yeah, not that I've seen any yet. And for Instagram rate is not as good as well. It's still less than 1%. So again, there's a lot of scrollers right now that they don't see, they don't engage. And this is the numbers, 0.9. So if you just depend on organic posts, it's gonna take very, very long. LinkedIn is different. LinkedIn organic, I think, is quite good because they recommend the person that you like as well. So that's pretty good. But for Instagram and Facebook, it is not that direct. If you're just posting, it's not a very good strategy to have. So that's the reason why even after many years I'm in the industry, I still have a job. Okay, because no matter what happened, Facebook and Instagram is still generate the highest ROI. So it gives the highest ROI in terms of lead generation. Facebook and Instagram. For TikTok, they are more towards like e-commerce, those impulse purchases. For lead gen, quality lead gen, it is still Facebook and Instagram. I'm talking about social media. Okay, so that's the reason why I would encourage for you to try using ads if you want to further grow your reach. So if you want to generate more prospects, Facebook ads is still one of the best, whether we like it or not. They're still the big brother there. So just a quick question. How many of you have run Facebook ads before? Maybe just type in the chat, yes if you have, no if you have not. No? Yes, yes. Oh, Fatima, I get most business from Facebook. Yeah, that's amazing. Yes. No. No. Oh, quite a good mix, huh? Some no, some yes. So for those that say yes, hopefully I'll add additional perspectives to you. Those that say no, let you have some idea. Then if you want to test it out or find someone else to help you, you can ask these people that say yes just now. All right, you can chat with me. Okay, amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. So for me, when I run Facebook, I have this framework. Okay, there's this MAP framework. All right, first you map out a plan, then you have the advertisement creation, then you have performance optimization. So there's a pre-work that you need to be done before you actually go into, running Facebook ads. It's not just you go in and run and that's it. So there's a pre-work you need to be done. So first of all, let's start with map out the plan, identify goals. First of all, you need to define clear objective for your ads. Some objectives, okay? You might want to get likes and followers. This is very good for vanity metrics. What do you mean by vanity metrics? Is that when people see your page on ads, they'll click in and see how many likes and followers you have. The more you have, the more perceived authority that you have. So some people will still run the ads even for business that just started. Yes, Ravi, I agree. Next is to get more club inquiries. So you can run it consistently throughout the whole time just to get more inquiries. You can run Speechcraft. Later I'll show a demo on the ads that run for Speechcraft. You can promote YLP, to promote workshop, to promote open days. And you need to align your goals. based on what you want, whether you want registration, messages, and likes. For me, later I'll advise certain thing that you can use. So this is, you need to know your objective. Not all you need to run ads. And if you run ads, what is it for? Next, you need to target. You need to have your audience targeting. You need to define and refine your target audience. First of all, is the demographic, the age, location, gender, and occupation if you want to. So I put in management, entrepreneurs, and fresh graduates because this is some of the targeting that I use. Because I noticed that some management that wanted to go up the level. Some clubs, they are mostly fresh graduates. Like certain clubs, you can see them very young, right? So they are mostly fresh graduates. So you can aim accordingly based on your targeting. Okay, and you can target on interests such as leadership, personal development, networking event, career development. So these are the interests that you can use if you want to target people to come and maybe have a look in Toastmasters Club. Okay, and then you need to look into the audience from your club. So your club are mostly have who? Who are the people? What's their age group? Okay, what's the gender they have? Yeah, if I know there are certain clubs that's only female, right? Then when you run ads, of course, you only run for ladies. You don't run for men. So that's why it's really depending on the club demographic at the end. So you can use the audience too as well. So if you have people following your Facebook page, you can look into this. Okay, use the Facebook audience insight. This is for one of my clubs page, which is Subang Toastmasters Club. We have 135 Facebook followers and we have 233 Instagram followers. So you can see our age demographic, 35 to 44. So yeah, actually most of us are in this category as well. So that's the reason why sometimes your Facebook page could be an indicator of your actual audience in your club. But the best way is to really use it based on what you have in your club. Then you can know who to target. Because every club have their own identity. So you cannot just blast to everyone. All right, just aim accordingly to what kind of people that's in your club. Now I have this question that everyone always asks me when they want to run ads. How much should I spend on Facebook ads? Maybe you can type in how much should you spend on Facebook ads. Just type in the chat. You know, how much per day or how much per month you want to spend on this. What do you think? What do you all think? No comment, no idea. $10 per day or per month or per week. Per week. Okay. 100 per week. Okay, that makes sense, actually. I think 10 is too little, Catherine. 50 per day. Yes, that is the standard where I run for clients, Robert. So if you ask me, a Facebook advertiser, the answer will be as much as you can. So basically, as much money as you have, just pour it inside Facebook ads because they give you good results. But of course, there's a lot of testing behind it. But just to be realistic, okay, you have to understand your own club, area, division, district's budget when you want to run ads. Okay, you can just start as little as 5 ringgit a day. I know 10 ringgit a week is, you can as well, but that would be too little. And of course, you don't expect to see very good results with just $10. It's very little. Okay, but if I were to suggest maybe $5 a day, it again depends on your objective. What do you want? You want more like $10 per week is enough. But if you want like real people messaging you, that is not enough. You have to be very realistic on the amount you spend and what results that you want. So that's why it depends on your objective. You spend $50 but 0 results. Yeah, I'll show you some optimization tools later. Okay, that's why it's part of the MAP. Okay, and if events, you can plan for higher budget for a shorter amount of time. For example, you can spend $10 per day for 2 weeks. That's 140 ringgit. Yeah, that's possible as well. So it again depends on what budget you have for the club, whether you want to grow, you want to get messages coming in, or you want to promote a certain workshop or certain event. Like Speechcraft, right? Sometimes you make a bit of money. So you can spend a bit of money just to get people in. It's all about ROI. This is all investment. Okay. And in Facebook, you can set also daily how much you spend per day or lifetime budget. So for example, if you want to spend only 100 ringgit for the event, you can put a cap there. Only 100 ringgit for the event. And once Facebook finish spending, then they won't use it anymore. You can set the spend limit so that you don't go over your limit in the campaign and also in the account. I have this case where people got hacked, and that's the reason why I always set a campaign limit inside the ad account. Yeah, when the hack come in, it's pretty bad. They spend like a few thousand a day. So, but fortunately, Facebook is able to capture all this earlier on. For now, I'm talking about ringgit. All right, that's why I see RM here. It depends where you are. If you're in Singapore dollars, it's your Singapore is SGD per day. If it's US dollar, it'll be if you're in US, it'll be in US per day. If you're in UK, if you're in Europe, you'll be in UK, you'll be like pounds, £5 a day. So it really depends on your, because the results are quite similar. For example, if you get 10 ringgit per lead here, it's $10, £10 in UK as well. So usually it's quite similar in terms of amount, but it's in terms of dollar. Yes, it can be variable. You switch it accordingly. You're part of optimization. So I will always suggest for you to start $5, then you can increase. We usually don't reduce because $5 is like the minimum. All right. Okay. You can set 100 per event, 100 per event, 100 per day, but I've run 1,000 per day as well. So it really depends how much you want. All right. This is against the budget that you need to put it in. How many if 1 month ahead? Minimum for Catherine, the latest you need to run is 2 weeks ahead, 2 weeks before. I run for 1 week before, it's very challenging. I need to pump in a lot of money just to get people in for 1 week before. If 2 weeks before, you can get people coming in from time to time. So it's pretty good to start 2 weeks before, 2 weeks earlier. Okay, one way you can do is do research. I'm just going to show you quickly on this demo. There's this thing called Facebook Ads Library. Can you all see the thing? Can you see the thing I'm showing you now? Give me a thumbs up.
Yes.
Okay, great. So this is where you can check the ads that people are running, the Facebook ads that people are running. Okay, so you can go Malaysia, all category. I just need to type in Malaysia. Okay, all ads, and then I type in Toastmasters. So let's see in Malaysia who is running ads right now. And as you can see, there are many people running Facebook ads, but they are mostly currently I think they are quite good Chinese Toastmasters club. See, even Singapore, they run to Malaysia, maybe to Johor. That's the reason why. So I don't know how to read Chinese. So just let you know I'm a banana. I'm Chinese, but I cannot read Chinese. So you can see their copywriting is very long. So you can see that this Klang Valley Advanced, Johor Bahru, Brilliant. Yeah, a lot of them are Mandarin clubs. So this is where you can get inspiration on where you... This is not you, right, Sri? Anyway. Yeah. So this is where you can get inspiration on what kind of ads you want to run. You can even go to US and see how they run their ads. So you can see that there are Toastmasters Club here as well, just to get some inspiration. All right, what kind of ads that they run, what they write, what kind of images that they use. And for example, if the ads are running since April, you know it works. All right, that's the reason why they keep running until now. So this is one example that you can use to do some research. All right. So far, all okay? So this is all on just planning before we start. All good? Type 1 if you're still there. Okay, yes. Okay, thanks. Okay, great. Let me continue on with the second part of the framework that I usually use, which is on creating the Facebook ads. Okay, now we start with just the advertisement creation first. How to create a compelling ads. So for a component of Facebook and Instagram ads, they look the same, roughly the same. Okay, first of all, we have the headline, which is down here. So people keep saying the headline is important, but it's all the way down here. Description is at here, you can see here. It's missing, you don't really see it actually. The headline and description, weirdly, usually it's important, but in Facebook ads, it's very hard to see. The one that you usually see is the primary text, because when you scroll, you see that first, and then you see the creatives. Okay, then the call to action button, you can, like, for example, buy tickets for here or interested here. And then destination of the ad, whether when you click on it, where it goes to whether your Messenger, your WhatsApp. I run ads to my WhatsApp, to page if you want to like page, to event pages, to website if you have, and things like that. Okay. So now I'm just going to go straight to the important part. The first thing you see when you scroll, which is on the primary text. But before that, I just want to ask, what do you think is the difference between the content writing and copywriting? Anyone? You can put in the chat. Okay, unmute yourself. So the thing just now about what you mentioned about content, telling your story, right? Why is it different from running ads? What do you think? You can put in the chat. Yeah. Get people to read the post. Okay. All right. Anyone else? Copywriting are very attractive, punchy. Copy and write. Yes. That's why I show you there's a research part, right? You can actually copy. Not copy, I mean model. We call it modeling. Bhavani, yes, correct. Copywriting translate to a lead and sale. So copywriting versus content writing. Content is more sharing stories and value, correct? Copywriting is actually a written content that aims to increase brand awareness and ultimately persuade a person or a group to take particular action. So when you write a copy, it's to make people take an action. So copywriting is actually sales in written words. So the way you write copywriting and content is different. Content, you might say, oh, I share these 3 things that Toastmasters is done for me. But for copywriting, you write like that, you won't have a lot of inquiries. So there's a bit different compared to normal content writing that you write. So what's the framework? There's a lot of frameworks. But before that, let's watch this quick video. This is the framework that a lot of people use for ads. Can you hear? Can you see? Just want to check with you first before I play on. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is one of quite a good movie about sales, but they have a lot of things that we use up to today in terms of copywriting as well. Yes, approach in sales.
AIDA, attention, interest, decision, action. Attention, do I have your attention? Interest, are you interested? I know you are, because it's or walk. You close or you hit the bricks. Decision, have you made your decision for Christ? And action. AIDA, get out there. You got the prospects coming in. You think they came in to get out of the rain? A guy don't walk on the lot lest he wants to buy. They're sitting out there waiting to give you their money. Are you gonna take it? Are you man enough to take it?
Okay, so when people start reading your copy, that means they're interested. They're not just here to see for fun. Now, how are you going to convert them? Are you good enough to convert them? So this is a framework that's not only used for sales. I mean, copywriting is part of sales because it is writing form. It is sales in writing form. That's the reason why we are using this format as well to do copywriting.
AI.
So this is a framework that a lot of copywriters use in terms of create compelling ads, which is AIDA. A for attention, I for interest, D for desire, A for action. So for attention, we use emotional first liner. For Facebook, usually for Facebook ads, if you scroll, you only can see the first 2 or 3 lines. So the first line to get attention is very, very important. You can start with a question. You can call out attention marketers, attention entrepreneurs, and things like that. You can do call out. You can have questions that people usually say yes. But most important thing, you think what will grab people's attention? What makes you join Toastmasters? So you can put it in the first line it is at the copy. Next is interest. So you can remind them of a problem or a pain. This is what you call put salt into the wound. So when they read, they can feel the pain. Right? This can be done through stories. You can done through case study as well. Like, for example, this customer have problem A. And then when they join you, they solve their problem. Okay, so that's the reason why we put it in as well as stories if you want to. We talk about the benefit of whatever they're offering. So for desire and decision, that's where you introduce solution. That's when they're able to decide whether they want to join your program, come into your event, or go to your club to have a look. You give the details of the event, of the clubs, whatsoever. You list down the features. Okay, this is called feature stacking. So you can see exactly what they will get when they come in. And you can even put in credibility. For example, your club has get President Distinguished Awards, all right? Or a lot of speakers there have been to national level, something like that, all right? But if you don't have, it's okay to skip it. Then you reiterate the benefit. Next, which is action. You need to have action command, whichever. You need to be clear and concise and only ever use one action. You don't, for example, just put in like, please sign up now, without sounding salesy. When you're running ads, you're doing sales. Just do it. Right? Like I said, when they start reading, because they don't read straight away everything. They will click first, then they see the whole thing. When they see the whole thing, that means they're interested. When they're interested, like what just now he said, they are there. It's up to you to grab it. So you can be salesy then. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just in terms of writing only. All right? So you can need to have one action, which is to sign up, not to just, for example, join our club meeting. Then do you want to join 𝗪𝗿𝗀? Do you want to go to this dinner, this event? Do you want to play badminton with us? We don't have so many call to action or so many different objectives. For ads, it's only one objective at one time. Okay, you can include scarcity as well. So let me show you one example. So this is an example that I run for SpeechCraft. So I have a questions here. Okay. Then this is the benefit. And then I talk about the event, what they will get. Then follow up more the benefit again. And then the call to action. Click on learn more. So you can see there's two different types of copy. One is like middle size, not a lot. Another one is long one. So it again depends on, I cannot say which is better. You just have to test it out. Okay, for example, like this one, tired of feeling nervous whenever speaking in public. So in this question, usually the answer will be yes. So this is the kind of frame that I want to put when people read it. So that's why when they read the first two lines, they will know that the benefit is a necessary skill that can elevate your career, enhance your relationship, and boost your self-confidence. So when they read this, okay, I want to know more. So they'll click read more. Then shackles of fear and unlock your confidence voice by joining these 2 days. So this is like reiterating their fear of speaking. And then I tell the details. And then I stack. Okay, I'll get back to you, Catherine. And then you stack on terms of the benefit or the features that you have, what you learned that day. And then you'll tell them this is what you call the credibility. All right. Speaking champions, corporate trainers, all these are quite good terms for you put it in if your speakers are really, really good. Okay. And then again, I reiterate the fear, put in the benefit, limited, scarcity, and then register now. So this is how you can do it, how you implement IDA directly into your copywriting. Just remember, you need to have an attractive line, talk about the pain or the benefit they'll get, followed by features, and then just call to action. Call to action actually is one of the most important things. You need to tell them what to do, or not they just read and they're happy. Content writing, they don't ask you to do anything, right? Unless it is a sales content where they'll ask you to click DM to get more information, that kind of thing. If not, usually there is no call to action. They're just sharing only. All right, but for copywriting, you need to have a call to action in your 𝗪 or never mind, or your timer. Okay. All right. So I think there's a question by Catherine. Any tips to differentiate your ads, stand out versus million ads out there? Can relate with real example of corporate that you do with relation to a product to be realistic? Okay. For me, I focus a lot on lead generation, which is on service-based business. I don't do products. That's one thing. Another thing, how to differentiate your ad, copywriting. When you do lead generation, all right, first of all, you need to have a very attractive image. But when you scroll, right, especially for Facebook, the first thing you see is the first 2 lines. And when they see the 2 lines and it grab your attention, they'll continue reading, and that is how you do it. So that's the difference from a lot of people that just say, we are having this event, go on to this. You see a lot of ads like that, right? This is the event, this is things like that. They just put the information and blah, you go. You have to attract their attention first. Ask the question, call out, give them a pain point. So this is how you attract attention. Just that 2 lines, the 2-3 lines. Okay. Then the next thing that you need is the image and the video. I'll talk more about that later. Okay, now some copywriting tips. Okay. You can use emoji. You do not imagine, can you imagine so long and there's no colors? Everything will be white or black. It'll be very hard to read. Trust me. So use emoji. You can use text, long and short copies. Some copies are even shorter. So it really depends on, if you have videos, you can have shorter copies because you have explanation done there. If not, I would highly suggest for you to write longer copy. For lead gen, I run events as well. It's always good to have a longer copy. Okay, find a copy and model. That's why I asked you, you can, see what they do. If you notice, right, just now I show you the Chinese ones. Do you see how long of the ad they write? All right, let me show you again. It's super long. Can you just see how long it is? Can you just see how long it is? All right. Even this as well. You see how long it is? This is called a call out, right? Yeah. I don't know how to read, but I can roughly guess their structure. So don't be afraid to test. All right. I mean, if people are doing it, there's a reason for that. That is what you think, Catherine, but actually a lot of people read it. Yeah. Trust me. So the CTA has to be clear. I mentioned that as well. Choose one. Separate each sentence into line. Do not put everything together in one long paragraph. It's very hard to read. Okay, and use scarcity like limited spots available. Register before this time, this then, that time. Okay. Now on Facebook ads copywriting, try to don't use the term that people don't understand, like our title, MS2, BTM, that kind of thing. People don't really get it. You can just say that, like what I mentioned, right? Public speaking champion, professional trainer, and things like that. They'll be good enough for credibility. Now, the first two lines, I want to reiterate, they are very important, the first two lines of the copy, because usually when you run ads, you only see the first two lines. And don't target personal attribute. That's why you don't see me, right? Are you struggling to speak in public? I will just say tired of feeling nervous whenever speaking in public. Facebook do not like when you target specifically on that person. So instead, you just put as third person, okay? Because Facebook might reject. I'll try to use as little you and yours word. Maybe just use we or third person kind of perspective when you write ads. This is mainly because you don't want people. Okay, this is a lot of them last time when they started, they like those health niche, right? They talk about you being fat. Do you hate being fat? Yeah, that kind of thing. So it gives a very bad experience for user. So that's the reason why Facebook do not like it when advertisers call out on certain attribute of certain people, like their fears, what they hate, what they like, what they don't like. So usually we will put it into the third person view or something that's more general in nature. Okay, and also bad grammar. I need to include. I forgot to write about one thing as well, which is profanity. So like shit, that kind of word. Try not to use it. Not try to use it. You don't use it. You don't use any bad words in your ads. Okay, they will get you blocked. And don't promise any financial gain or any unrealistic claim. You don't say when you go to Toastmasters, you make so much money that you can sleep in your Lamborghini. You know, you don't say like that. All right, just have to be very tactical on what you write, and don't mention the word Facebook in the ads. Now for the next part on the ads is on creatives. I wish. It's really, I think Toastmasters have changed our lives. All right, I think we do get a lot of business from there as well. But of course, we don't say it. We say it when they come. We don't write it in our copy. Okay, just say that we open up a lot of opportunities for career growth. That sounds a lot better than making a lot of money. Okay, so you can see the type of creatives. Yeah, that's why we have to be very careful. Don't put all these money words inside your ads. Okay, there's pictures, carousels, which is a number of pictures or video. Now, don't put too much information that you have inside your image. For example, last time there's a limit, 20% of words only, but now you can put in as many words as you can, but just put the relevant one. Okay, let people read the copy and contact you. The main purpose of ad is for them to take an action. Next is for you to follow up. You to do closing. You don't expect to close on Facebook ads unless you're doing like a pure funnels, right? But for now, in this beginning stage, all you want is just people to say yes to you and you for you to contact them. Okay. For image, you use square for feed. Don't use this the long version. Use the square one, because when you scroll, the square one take up a lot of space inside your mobile. Now a lot of them convert through mobile. Okay. And if you want to use like reels, videos, if you were to target posts, make sure it's in square. If you want to use like real stories, right, you can use this 4.45 for stories and reels. Now the videos have to be less than 1 minute. The framework, there's a different framework for videos, right? You give a hook. Same thing as AIDA, right? You give attention to your video. Then only you start with a story or whatever benefit that you want. Then you give them an offer, which is the come to this event and things like that. Now I don't have a lot of time to go very deep into video framework, but this is what you can look into. So which creatives should we use? There's so many, right? So many you can use. But again, look at what works. Okay, if you see just like I showed you the example, all of them are using images, then you use images. Again, there's no straight answer. The one thing I can recommend is just for you to test. Marketing is about testing. I know you don't have a lot of budget in it, but still, we still can able to structure it in a way where you can test which one works well. Create 2 variations if you have time. Okay, but to begin, you should always start with the image. Always have the image. You can use Canva for design. A lot of you use Canva. Now, when you use pictures, what's the difference between pictures and videos? Okay, when you use pictures, you'll get higher reach. More people will see it for a lower cost compared to video. Because video, there's more, how do you call that, commitment for the audience instead of video. So video, you still need to watch, right? Picture, you just see. So that's why when you run using pictures, you get higher reach. More people see it. But when you run videos, people that convert are usually better through videos. The conversion rate is higher. So again, you need to balance out within your budget. Test it out, then you can see which one works. Now let's start. So far, okay, in terms of the advertisement creation. All right, actually the main point I want to stress here is the copy. The image, you can have the standard image as you can see from the examples that I show you. The Toastmasters image. All right, the design, usually the VPPR will always do the design. That can work as well. Okay, when they see the image, then again, the eye will automatically look into the first two lines. So you get the attention there, then people will keep reading and then they'll come in. All good. I continue with on creating and launching the Facebook ads. What do you need for Facebook ads? Okay, if it's okay, continue, just type 1 so that I know that you're still around. All right, good, great. Now you notice that we have done a lot of like pre-work before we run ads, right? So this is what usually we need to be doing. It's not straight away open up Facebook ads and just throw everything inside. You're gonna be headache because when you open up, then you don't know what you're gonna key in, then only you think it's already take up time. So usually we prepare first before we put it in. You have the copy ready first, the image ready first, then only you put it in so that it's easier. Because you do not want to be edit. This is not like Microsoft Word, you can just edit and then you'll save. So that's why we have it ready somewhere, then only we throw it in. So there's 3. Now let's go to how to launch Facebook ads. Before I begin, there's 3 things that you need to run ads. First of all, which is your profile. Okay, this is you. I want to use the analogy like you're running a shop. What do you need to run a shop? You need first yourself, you. So this is your Facebook profile. Second thing, I know some people use their page as a company page. Company profile, they create a profile under company name, but usually it is you, the person. Second is your Facebook page. This is your storefront. This is where people buy things, look at things, etc. Then you need like your Facebook ad account. This is where you put all your payment, where you manage all your ads, all your systems here. So this is where you put your system. So you need these 3 things at least. There are a few more things that is needed if you want to go for higher level, but to start off, this is all you need to run Facebook ads. So there's 2 ways to run ads. Okay, one is using Ad Center. Ad Center is usually what we call boost post, and there's one that's Ads Manager. So if you have a Facebook page, you know that it's very easy to create ads. You just can click the word promote, all right? Or you can go to the page, just go to Facebook page. There's one Ad Center at the side left, all right? And there's promote button at the right. Facebook is putting all the things inside the page so that it's easy for you to run ads. But if you want to run it more efficiently, I would suggest for you to run in the system itself, which is Ads Manager. So what's the differences? Okay, for Ad Center, something like Boost Post, you can only choose like Instagram feed and Facebook feed. So you can't choose a lot of things. But for Ads Manager, you can have the additional placements. But usually for low budget, I don't advise you to use a lot of other placements. Now Facebook have a lot of families, a lot of things for that under them. So that's the reason why we don't put a lot of things into everyone. If you have limited budget, we put all usually in Facebook and Instagram feed. You can have specific ad objectives. For Ads Manager, you can have more objectives. I'll show it to you later. You can have more creative control. You have more options in terms of images compared to the Ad Center. You have more advanced targeting capabilities where you can target like overlapping audience types, lookalike audience, and more. And also it's easier ads management. So for Ad Center, you don't see the data as much as you can see here, right? The Ads Manager, you can see the data is all populated on top. But for Ad Center, it is not. So it's very difficult for you to compare and to test. It's very easy to start, but it's difficult to manage when you have a lot. So not all the data is shown, but all the data is shown in the platform. All the ads that you run inside your page, this Ad Center, it will appear in Ads Manager as well. So do not worry. So it's not missing. You can see it here actually if you link them correctly. So for me, as an advertiser, I don't suggest people to use this. I have seen people successfully run ads here, but that's usually for those that have viral videos kind of thing where they can promote and continue boost it. If you have things that work, right? Ads is like something to pour oil to fire, right? If there's a fire on your post already, you just give a bit more oil like you boost post, you'll have more results. But majority of time, if you just want to focus on direct response, which is just fully on conversion, it don't work here. It works in the software, in the system itself, which is Ads Manager. Later, I'll show you exactly where it is. Now, Facebook ad structure. Okay, this is how we run Facebook ads. I've been running Facebook ads for many years, and this image, I've been using this for many years. Every time I show client, the structure has not been changed for many years. A lot of people say it's very difficult to run Facebook ads. It is in a sense because the UI in the user interface, user experience keep changing. Right? Sometimes they move things here, move things there. You need to click extra things here, extra things there. but the overall strategy and the campaign setup is always these three things. That's the reason why when I start with M, right, where you plan out, then you go to ads, you already covered everything here. Campaign is where you set the objective. Ad set is where you set your targeting, your budget, your placement. Ads is where you have your creative, your ads, your image, etc. So again, I mentioned I run this many years. I've shown this image many times. It has been the same. No changes. So whatever I teach you, you can use it. I think few more years down the road, it will still not change. This is how they structure the campaign for Facebook ad. Yes, that's the reason why you can see that one campaign had 2 ad sets, and later I'll talk more about testing, which is at the last part, the polish part. Okay, now to run Facebook campaign, there's a few objectives. There's awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, ad promotion, and sales. So ad promotion is to run for app. Okay, I run it before to promote apps. Sales is, for example, like e-commerce, there are a lot of sales kind of objectives. Leads are usually what we have when I run for service-based business. They are using leads. Engagement is usually when you want to get messages, WhatsApp. So usually we use engagement. I would highly suggest to start off, for example, for Toastmasters to use engagement. Traffic is when you have a website or landing page, then they will have a lot of traffic going inside there. But I find the conversion to be very low. So when people click on it, they just see the page and they never take action. So far, I don't really enjoy using this. Awareness is for you want to get more clicks, more likes, and things like that. Is it different in planning for events and services? Yes. Again, it already depends on the budget that you have. I have managed budget like 20,000-30,000 in a couple of weeks. Or I also manage budget for 2,000-3,000 a month. So again, it depends on how much budget you have. Which one is good to start for a club or speechcraft? I would highly suggest to use engagement to get messages. Leads require a bit more details where you need to have a form. Leads are very, very good because you get their contact details straight away. But I would suggest for lower budget to use engagement. There's more commitment in leads because you need to put in more information. For engagement, they just have to click the button, then they can chat with you. Say, I'm interested, boop, then you can chat. So you can send it to your WhatsApp or you can send it through your Messenger. Now, Facebook ad set. So I just mentioned in follow these three things. Campaign. Okay. Ad set is where you set your audience targeting, your budget and schedule, your placement and optimization and delivery. I'm going to show demo later so you can have a look. So this is where you set everything. But basically all this is already planned out before you get started. So you just have to put it in only. All right. Just type in accordingly based on what you have prepared earlier. Then, okay, I think this is partially requested by Robert on the custom audience. This is where you save your audience. So you can see here, right? There's one box here, custom audience. This is where you save all your audiences. That means your prospects inside the Facebook ad account. So there's 3 types of custom audience. There's save audience. So you define an audience based on the criteria and then you save it. So they can, so that you can keep using it for the next campaign. Custom audience are for people that already have engaged with your page. Now for Toastmasters, usually we want co-audience, right? We want people, the same people that engage with your page. You will notice that a lot of your followers are mostly Toastmasters. You want to post up to, unless you have workshop, right? Like humorous speech workshop and you want to promote them, then yes, you can target this. So for usually what we do this is on retargeting to reactivate your old followers. So this is what we use for custom audience. Lookalike audience is, for example, you have people, you have me that like your page. Facebook will find someone that look like me to target to me, to that person. All right. So basically, for example, a lot of people that come in, yes, you use it to create a custom audience. How do you use it? Basically, I put the link here, okay, /audiences. When you go to this link, all right, I'm going to show you where you're going to find it later as well, if you want, quickly. And then when you click on this, create a custom audience, they will come out another like a box, another window. Then you have an option to choose to put in your data. So actually, it's quite direct. I mean, if you're interested, let me know. I can send you my YouTube video. I create a video on that. Look as a person. So for example, like Sri, like you like leadership, right? And a lot of your members all like leadership. Then you'll find people that like leadership, but in Malaysia. So there are, for lookalike, you need to put in the country. based on which country. But they will follow based on your age group, your interest, mostly on interest. So when you look, sometimes they will target someone that, like for example, I see an ad, then my wife will get targeted sometimes, the same ad that I see. Yeah, because our behavior quite similar. What we like is quite similar. So that's why you can see the same thing. Even though she does not like or interact with that ad anyway, anyhow. Only me, but she still can see it. So this is what we mean by look-alike audience. Yeah, she look like me. So this is one way also to reach cold audience. Quite good to use if you have enough data. So that if you like 100 plus is not a lot. The more data you can give Facebook, the better it is. Okay. Now let's go to the ad level, which is on the creation of the advertisement. I think we have already done just now earlier. So like on the image, the carousel video, the copywriting, headline, description, everything you just throw it in. Right? You already prepared your copywriting, your headline. Just throw it in. It'll be good enough. For headline, I did not mention it very clearly because like I said, it's right at the end. It's small thing. So you usually don't see it. Usually for headline, I just put in the workshop details, join some call to action, like join now to get better at public speaking, that kind of things. Because the main important thing is usually the first two lines and also the image. The headline usually people see the last. So that's the reason why I don't emphasize a lot on that. As long as your copy is good, usually you will convert. Now, a bit disclaimer. For me that run a lot of ads, you'll see that I showed multiple different accounts because Facebook will disable your account if you do not do it right. So no before and after. Now I run a lot of healthcare. So healthcare, what they do, they like to show like before I'm fat, after I'm thin, that kind of thing. They don't allow. Yeah, it's very bad. You will disable your account. So make sure all the links work. Calling out personal attribute, I need to mention this a few times. Do not call out on people's insecurities, people's fear. Make it in a way that it is like a third person view, or say we. We sometimes feel stressed when we speak on public, that kind of thing. Not say you sometimes feel stressed. You don't do that. All right. When you give speech also, it's a different connotation. All right. We will try to be inclusive, use we instead of using you as a pointing system. So they don't like it. Again, prohibited products. I don't think we have a problem with that. And check on grammar and profanity. So you can look on the policies here. Now, so far, okay with ads. I'm going to show you a quick one later, how to create a simple one. But for now, I think this is on ads creation. I'm going to go green light already. Okay, I'm going to go on the optimization part. So the data all in the ads manager. So you can see all the information out here. The result, reach, frequency, everything is all here. Okay. So the columns set as performance and clicks, they are essential metrics. So there's a lot of metrics here, amount spent, results, and things like that. I'm going to share this slide to you later. I'm just going to put in the chat so that you can have a look, read about it. Okay, now this is on split testing. So marketing is all about testing. So you can see that campaign, they're split into two, right? So there's A/B testing. What does it mean? It means that you test two things, same thing twice. Two different things twice. Yeah. So there's different campaign ad sets and different ads. I'm going to show you later a sample that I ran for earlier this year on Speechcraft. So at least two versions of your ads. Usually we don't do different copywriting. We have one copywriting because it's very hard to write a good one. And then you just test different images. Targeting, you can try different targeting. So for ad set, it's actually targeting, right? You can one target woman, one target man, for example, to see which one works well. So what to test? You can test the offer. What's the stack that you have, the creative, the copywriting, the targeting, the placement, and also budget. So now I think it's not recommended to edit the existing campaign, just duplicate. All right. Also, you can reallocate the budget. So for example, which one performing, right? You can put more budget to that one. All right, and reduce the budget or turn off totally the one that is not performing. Look at the metrics and decide which part to optimize. So there are a few optimization metrics. So for example, like per result, high cost. There's a few things on this as well. So for example, you see like very, very low cost. I mean, very high cost of impression. So usually that means you have wrong target audience, or the audience size is too narrow. That means there's too little people to see. So you need to work a bit on it. All right. A poor click-through rate, that means not many people is looking into it. High frequency, that means many people see it. So this is some example. Again, I'll share it to you later. So again, you don't over-optimize. Okay, sometimes it takes time. Don't expect to generate thousands of interest with just $10. It don't work that way. The main focus is on ROI. And if you keep getting a result, just keep moving, just keep doing the same thing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't have to do a lot of things. Okay, let's do a quick demo. I'm just going to show you one example that I run, all right? It's not really a demo. I have lack of time. I just show that it's already done. What has already been done? So this is, okay, I have multiple Facebook profiles. So forgive me when you look like, hey, how come different name? As a Facebook advertiser, I need a lot of profiles. So where do you open up Ads Manager? When you go to page, right? Okay, remember I mentioned to you there's 2 ways to run ads. So for example, this is the Facebook page. You can see, right? It's very easy to run ads on the page itself. All you have to do is just click on Ad Center, and then you can run the ads here, right? But I do not advise you to use here because again, it's difficult to manage and there's a lot of, it's more limited in terms of capabilities. I use instead Ad Manager. So where do you go to it? Where do you go? You just click on the 9 dots, scroll all the way down, you can see here, Ads Manager. So when you click on it, you open up this page. I have in my YouTube videos, right? Do subscribe to my YouTube channel, then you can see how to add like your money and things like that. If not, it's gonna be very difficult because it'll be, I mean, 1 hour I cannot cover too many things. So this is one example of the event that I run, the Speechcraft. So you can see, right? The campaign is Speechcraft 1. Then when you click in, there's 2 different assets. I target 2 different targeting. One is on development and one is on self-help, the different targeting. And when you click on it, there's 2 ads. So you can see it's very similar with what I shared. I implement what I tell you. So it is always this structure for me because I want to test which one is working. All right. But if you're the limited budget, you want to get it launched, you can always launch one first. You do not need to wait. Right. Then when you have time, then you keep adding in so that you know which one to optimize better. And you can see that I have 2 different one that's running, and one is a bit more expensive, $15, one $8. So that's why this works better. So when you set up, you just have to click create. And then there's all the information that you have here. You can click on leads or engagement. I'll just show you an example for this, all right? So for this campaign, I use engagement because I want people to WhatsApp me. WhatsApp. So there's a way for you to connect your account to your WhatsApp account. And then you don't have to fill up everything else. You just have to put in the objective and name it accordingly so that you know what campaign that you're running. Then next, you go to the interest. So messaging app. And then you can see that the budget here, I set $20, up to you. Then you can set start date, end date, the audience. I want to target these people because these are the major demographic from my club. All genders, mostly male from my club, but yeah, I want to get more females inside as well. So all genders. And you can target here career development, coaching, leadership development, personal development. And then meta placement. I told you the placement that we suggest is only Facebook and Instagram feed if you do not have a lot of money. And the rest all maintain the same. That's why you don't have to edit a lot of things. Let Facebook do it. What's the difference between this and this? So for this, oh, okay. Later I'll tell you if for this Speechcraft is actually cancelled. So I spend money for nothing. Yeah. So you can see that there are different targeting, right? So this one for self-help, self-confidence, self-help, and self-help book. So this is how I separate the targeting. So for the demographic is the same, location, age is the same. Oh, okay. So here, this is the placement segment here. Oh, yeah. So if you use Ads Manager, you can see there's a lot of things you can put in. Profile feed lah, all these things, right? But if you don't have a lot of budget, you spend all this, Facebook gonna take all the money just to do testing. I will just focus on Facebook feed and Instagram feed. Yeah, if you have big budget like $100 per day, maybe you can put everything. Right, but for me, I just want people from feed. That means people that scroll the feed, then they'll click, and that's it. All right. Do you know that Messenger got ad? When you run Instagram, sometimes there's one list of ads inside. There's many options. You just want to keep it simple, put it on feed. Only when you have like good videos, then you can put on reels and things like that. Like here, for example, there's stories and reels. But usually we don't have time. I mean, we are not doing Toastmasters full time, right? So we don't have like that time to produce all this video. So just keep it as the feed. You'll do great. All right. So this is where you put your targeting. Then on the pictures, on the next part, which is the ad. So this is where you put in all your information. So you can see this is the same copywriting that I showed you just now. It's very long. So the primary text here, I have the first 2-3 lines, and then followed by the image. The headline you see is just It's just a simple headline, nothing fancy. I spend a lot more time on this text, the call to action, and then the image, I put it here. This is where I put the image. All this, I said, you prepare earlier on. Then when you create, just throw it in only. So it's really not that challenging. And then for messages, right, they have template. So you can create template. I just have template. I'm interested in the 𝗪𝗇𝗀 program. Can you tell me more? So when they click on the button, automatically I receive a message. All right, all this, you can leave it empty. If whatever that you're not sure, just leave it blank. Don't have to let it existing. This is for WhatsApp actually. This ad is for WhatsApp. I actually receive everything from my WhatsApp. I reply one of them. Can you imagine I had to tell them it's cancelled? Anyway, there's different story for another day. So when you click on send message, right, you will go to my WhatsApp actually for this. But you have to link the WhatsApp with the account. But I would suggest, I mean, we are not working for Toastmasters, so sometimes we just want it to put it into a messenger. So just put in the messenger. You can reply in messenger. Request for their phone number after that. All right. So yeah, I think I might really have to go really quick. Okay, so this is just a quick one. Again, if you need more information, let me know. I can produce a video and put it in my YouTube channel. You can just have a watch. Now the important thing is follow up. All right. Now follow up is the key of campaign success. Interest might come, but if no one follow up, I have run campaigns that spend thousands of dollars, and then I noticed that one of the staff actually did not follow up with the leads. All the money is wasted, I tell you. Yeah, it was a bad hoo-ha, and then she had to get fired and things like that. I do not want this I don't want the money to go down the drain. So just make sure you have someone that is following up. One run ads, one follow up. If everyone do one thing, then it'll be very tiring, right? Follow up as soon as possible. Straight away if possible, if not within a couple of hours. You can prepare template messages. All right, I prepare template messages. So when they reply, I straight away just blast them the message. Okay, you can have automated messages as well. Use Business Suite to follow up. Yes. So I think just now you can see, like, this is a Business Suite. You can go to inbox. So you can see all the messages will appear here if you use Messenger. So it's pretty good, very easy to do it, to follow up. Even in your phone as well, there's an icon there. You click on it, you can just message them. Now there's some resources I want to share. Okay, before I end, I switch just a few more slides. Do you know that Toastmasters have a guide? So this is actually a Toastmasters guide that you can download. You can just follow accordingly how to do it. All right. But for me, there's the big difference between what I suggest you all do and what they suggest. But you can still use it as a guide, nevertheless. Some differences are here. I would suggest to use messengers engagement instead of using traffic. They suggest to use traffic. So traffic means that you have a website. If you don't, I suggest use messenger. So use asset budget optimization. Placement, I mentioned just now, only use Facebook and Instagram feed. Use longer copywriting. You can see their copywriting is one big paragraph only. I do not suggest you to use that. Use square images, create different variation, and test different interest group like what I showed you just now. Okay, to summarize, before I go to Q&A. So this is some benefits, the map framework to run ads. I talked about the follow-up and also some resources. Okay. So are you ready to start creating your Facebook ads? Yeah, so I have to go a bit quick because I think there's too many to share within 1 hour. But if you have any question, you can always reach out to me as well. So let's go to Q&A. Any questions? I think I answered some throughout, but you have more, then I can put it in again. Yeah. Okay, for Eves, right, the results ROI of getting 𝗪𝗪𝗀. So far, I have some interest, but I have to cancel the event, so that I have no choice but to ask them to come to my club instead. So far, the conversion is not to say very good, but at least I have inquiries. So you might want to use it on different things. I run it like 1 week before, so it's pretty bad because I was sick. So that's why there's a lot of things that come in place that make it does not work. So it's not just that it don't work, it just need more time. I run for other club as well. They have 1 or 2 𝗪𝗪𝗀 from it. You get 1 or 2, you already cover the cost. I think Robert Rang has mentioned daily ad spend versus audience size. For example, on versus Selangor. Okay, the audience size, right? I would suggest, because we are running, if you are online, then different story. Yeah? It depends on what you want. If you're a physical club, within 2 to 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers is already okay. There's no ratio to do it. It always depends on what budget that you have. All right. I can, like I said, if you ask me, as much as you can. Put as much money as you can. If not, then just put within your means. Start with $5 a day within a small amount of audience. like the 5 kilometers away from your club, 3 kilometers away from your club, and to see who is interested. If not, expand 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, see who can come in. The budget wise is seriously very hard to think, because it really depends on people. It always depends on how much you have. Yeah, me too. My client always ask me, I just say as much as you can. All right, minimum 30 ringgit, which is like 1,000 a month. Okay, but if Facebook, I think I seen $5 a day. If you keep running, right, continuously, you get certain leads coming in. Now then depends on how you close them only. Like as you can see, for my messengers, right, I need around 10 ringgit per message. So how many messages you want? You want 30 messages? You need to put 300 ringgit. Yeah. Any other questions? If linked to and you run ads for so many programs, how you categorize them? Oh, Catherine, you have more than one ad account. I'm sharing this as a basic for you to run ads, only using your account. If it's me, I have many accounts. Yeah. So I just need to remember which accounts that I run for which client. I can just show you quickly lah, since you're here, right? So you can see actually I have a lot of different accounts. All right. I have to do quickly so that you don't capture so detailed. Yeah, I have a lot of different accounts. So I would know which account to change accordingly based on my clients. I also have a lot of different pages. So it's, yeah, that's why I manage everything using this thing called Business Manager. I run through my slides and I know it's quite long. That's the reason why I didn't put in the Business Manager in. And you actually don't need it to start. But if you want to start a proper way, better to use Business Manager, where you can manage everything inside. Any other questions? I think I answered most. Real charge by FB. No, you have to pay another 10% after that. So it's 10 ringgit. And then after that, when you got your bill, there's now 10% service tax. Yeah. Then after the 10% service tax, if you're a company, you need to pay an additional 10% withholding tax. So there's many tax you need to pay. But it just acts as a guideline now when you look into the account. All right. And if you have 50 messenger, you need to put 500 ringgit. Yes, correct. But always test. At the time I put budget is only like 100, 150. So I got 15 inquiries. Yeah, I think that's good enough for me. 15 inquiries, if you can close like 2 or 3 is really quite good. Yeah. Any other questions? I go way too over time. Jacqueline, yes, later I'll share it here in the chat. Any other questions? You can unmute if you want to. Yeah, I first of all want to say, hopefully you learn something, and if there's too many words in my slides, which I know is not optimal, but yeah, I try to squeeze in as much as I can. All right, I think that's it from me. Thank you so much. I think there's no more questions. Back to you. So far, so day, Nico.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you for such an informative presentation. Let's give him a round of applause for sharing his expertise on how to utilize Facebook and also Instagram to generate leads for your club. Thank you so much, Ken.